Hey guys, it's Sayla with Vega, and in this video today, I want to show you how Vega processes and understands documents differently from general AI tools, and why that leads to a more accurate answer when you're asking questions about a document in the Vega chat feature, or maybe creating a templated deliverable or analysis when using that document as one of the inputs. So I specifically really want to show you that when you're uploading documents into ChatGPT or Claude, it won't guarantee that accurate result. And I'm going to take you through a very obvious example where ChatGPT falls short compared to Vega. So for that example, I'll show you this file I chose here. This is a 10K file, which are your quarterly earning reports by public companies. But I chose this because it can reflect the complexity of uploading different estate planning docs or life policies, investment fund reports into Vega that are long as well. So as you can see, it's around 400 pages. But if we come to my page 100 here, you can see we have a diagram image embedded into the document. And it looks like it's showing something related to JP Morgan's capability to pay back their debts. So we have our external TAC requirement is greater of 18% of RWA and 7.5% of total leverage exposure. So now these numbers, this information is embedded into this image. And I'll go ahead and choose this to ask Vega and chat what the external TAC requirement is greater of 18% of RWA and 7.5% of total leverage exposure. Because I know that it is hard for AI to pick up and read and understand images versus basic text. So if I just hop over to ChatGPT here, here's my query. I'll say external TAC requirement is greater of what and what, give exact percent. So we know we want it to be our 18% of RWA and 7.5% of total leverage exposure. So I'll go ahead and upload that 10K file here, and it will open, and then it will take a second to load because it is a 400-page document, and then we can go ahead and send prompt. So here, chat is probably finding it hard to analyze content that is not simple paragraphs like tables or images. But that's where you really need the AI to do well, because many of your own files have those. So here you can see it gave us 23% of RWA and 9.5% of total leverage exposure. And that's not the correct answer. The AI hallucinated that and made a mistake, because we know we want that 18% and 7.5%. But now let's go ahead and we'll ask Vega. I'll ask the same exact query. So I'll go ahead and upload that file here. We'll put our 10K file in and open, and we'll upload it. And now Vega will have that, and we can ask our prompt. So Vega will take a little bit longer to process because it takes a different approach. And instead of trying to read your document as fast as possible, Vega spends a little extra time making sure it understands the document first. And it preserves things like tables, headings, and the relationships between different pieces of information before the AI ever begins answering your question. So now I'll just go ahead and quickly explain to you what's happening behind the scenes and why Vega was able to get that accurate percentage and ChatGPT was not. And I'll show you on our backend here. I have my 10K file uploaded. Here is that diagram image we asked Vega and ChatGPT about. The external TAC requirement greater of 18% of RWA and 7.5% of total leverage exposure. But you can see when I click it, here it appears that it's being transformed into valuable structured information that Vega can understand, as well as when I click on any tables or text, even titles or section headers, so on and so forth. But what's happening is your images and visual content within your document are being transformed into that valuable structured information that Vega then goes ahead and reads and understands. And this is also where Vega dedicates significantly more processing power and resources than a general purpose AI tool like ChatGPT. And because you are using extremely important long documents with tables and charts, you want to make sure that your AI is going to perform with accuracy over minimizing your processing costs. So we don't want to compromise the in-depth analysis required to understand that complex financial document. And I'll switch back over to Vega now. And not only can you ask Vega questions about a document or create an analysis, but we said that you can also go ahead and create client deliverables with your documents. So I'll show you that here. We'll just go ahead and create a tax planning review for this example. I'll click New Chat, and then I'll come and click Create Deliverable here, and this will pull up our client deliverable card. So now the first step is to select our template, and for this example, we'll select our tax planning review template, and we'll go ahead and click that. And now we can link our contacts and households. So I want to make sure I always link my household on top of my contact so I don't miss any valuable information about maybe one specific contact that needs to be with the household. So we'll go ahead and link my Henderson family. I believe it's Robert and Margaret. And then now I'm going to add my documents and tax returns. So I'll go ahead and upload these. And now when I upload them, Vega will go ahead and understand any charts or tables or images that are embedded into these files and then turn it into structured information and combine that even. All right, and our deliverable is done loading. So I'll close this here so you can see it in a larger view. But as you can see, Vega has taken your file and then turned it into a clean client deliverable, pulling from your documents charts and tables, information, and all of your client data. And also, I'll just quickly show you how you can edit this deliverable in Vega before sending it to your client. And the first way you can edit is by modify with chat. So you would just click this button here, and let's just say you wanted to make my summary shorter. You would send that to Vega, and now Vega will take a second to load, and then it will update the tax planning summary. Now it has updated our tax planning snapshot and made our summary shorter. So that is how you can edit by modify with chat. And another way you can edit, I'll show you in our tax breakdown here, is you can edit manually. So let's just say I wanted to add a quick note here that this child tax credit was referring to their daughter Emma. So I would just click edit block, and I would find that here, and then I'll put a quick note that this is for Emma and click save. And now it's updated here. And another thing you can edit is any of your badges here. So I'll just show you and change one of these for the sake of it, but you would click edit block here. And instead of saying on track, maybe you would change it to delayed. And then you would put maybe a warning badge variant color and click save. And now it's updated here. And another thing I can show you is you can check all of the sources that Vega is pulling from for each section. So we have our sources badge here, and it will show you the sources as well as on top of every single section you go to. So you can pull all from there. And now I'll also show you our compliance review. So you can click this here, and you can see our compliance review is at no risk, our analysis and recommendation. But if Vega ever detects a level of risk, such as high risk, medium risk, low risk, then you'll be given an analysis and recommendation based on that. And last thing, I'll show you how you can manage your deliverable. So you can change the document title, you can change the cover title, who it's prepared for, prepared by, and the date it's prepared on. I'll go ahead and click save. And now I'll show you how to send this to your client. So you would just click export here, PDF, and then it will load right here for us. We'll open that. And because I'm in a Vega firm account, you're seeing Vega's colors, fonts, logos, and branding all in this document. But when it is your firm's account, you'll see your firm's colors, logos, and branding all in the document. And last thing I'll show you is easily how you can just come and present. And that is all for document processing and creation in Vega. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.